How's it going, everybody? It's JL here, and I'm going to be doing my predictions and my picks for UFC 285, which is taking place on the 4th of Saturday, 4th of March, 2023. And this is Jon Jones making his heavyweight debut as 3-year layoff to fight Ciryl Gane for the vacant heavyweight championship. So we're only going to be doing the main card. So yeah, here are my picks. So we kick things off in the main card with Bo Nickel making his debut versus Jamie Pickett in a middleweight belt. So I feel like this is kind of a throw-em fight for Bo Nickel. Jamie Pickett is, what I've seen, he's not have the best takedown defense, and his striking's okay. And I would assume it's probably better than Bo Nickel's, but Nickel's probably gonna take him down, submit him, or get some ground and pound in. That's my prediction. Our prediction is a first round sub. And yeah, pretty simple as that. I see the odds are crazy, like a minus 1500 I've seen. So yeah, it's pretty simple. I go Bo Nickel. Alright, so for the second fight of the night, we have Jeff Neal versus Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat Rakhmonov never made it to the third round in the UFC. I don't think he has ever. All finishes in his career. And what I've seen of him is that he has great takedowns, obviously, and great jiu-jitsu and great grappler. His stand-up is good because people are afraid, to take him down or to strike with him because they're afraid of the takedowns. Jeff Neal has some power in his hands, so I haven't really seen much of him. I saw his last fight versus Vicente Luque, and he did a lot of good things there. So if he's able to keep it standing, then I'll give him a shot. But most likely I'll go with Shavkat taking him down, mauling him on the ground. So I would take a first round sub or second round sub by Shavkat. This first round probably tire him out, Jeff out, and then second round go for the kill. Unless Shavkat's wild and not himself, I see him extending his finishing streak to 17 and his record to 17-0. And after this, I could see him matching up versus the loser of Bilal and Colby. I could see that, or they might even throw him to Bilal, feed him to him, which I believe Bilal would win anyway. But I think this is kind of a not stepping stone, but an easy one for Shavkat. Alright, so for the third fight of the night, it's Mateusz Gamrot versus Jalen Turner. I'm going to pick Mateusz Gamrot by decision. I pick Mateusz Gamrot by decision. I say this, even though it's a short notice fight, Jalen Turner, what I've seen of him is that he's obviously a great jiu-jitsu, but that plays right into Gamrot's world with the wrestling. So I'm torn on this one. I'm a big fan of Mateusz. His last one against Beneil Dariush was not his best showing. I guess it showed that there's still some levels to it. He has great wrestling and good grappling. But when you face somebody who has good jiu-jitsu and good scrambling and takedown defense, it doesn't really matter how good your wrestling is because they'll just get back up. So this one I could see going a decision for Gamrot. And if it's going to be a finish, I would pick Jalen Turner by a first round sub or second round sub. Because Gamrot's probably not going to be fully, trained because it's only been a couple weeks. So yeah, I'm going to be going with a Gamrot decision in this one. Okay, so for the co-main event of the evening, it's Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Listen, I don't know much about Alexa Grasso. I've heard that they said that she has crisp boxing, good stand-up. I would assume that means her grappling ain't the best. But based on Valentina's last performance, yes, she won. I don't think she did win, to my opinion. But that's another topic for another day. Her last fight, Valentina, I see she's a huge favorite, like a minus 600 favorite. But that doesn't really matter. You can be the biggest favorite of all and still lose. So in this fight, if it stays standing, I give Alexa not a big advantage, but she has more of a chance on the feet than she does on the ground, unless she wants to surprise Valentina. But what I've seen is Valentina she's good on the ground. I'd say she's average on the ground. Nothing over the top, like the hype her up to be. But her strong suit is Muay Thai and kickboxing, like on the feet. So this one, I'm gonna give it to Valentina by a third round TKO, or a decision. My take is that the first couple rounds are really gonna tell us how this fight's gonna go, because I think that's where Grasso has her best shot, is when she's fresh and has most of her energy, most of her power. If it gets past round 3, then I give it to Shevchenko to pull out a decision. Even if it's close, they're going to give her a split. So, I don't know. But yeah, this is a co-main event for the Women's Flyweight Championship. I'm going to go with Valentina Shevchenko, confidently as a decision. And here we go for the main event of the evening. Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane for the vacant heavyweight championship of the world in the UFC. Of course, this is vacant due to Francis Ngannou being stripped after some contract negotiations not succeeding. And yeah, this has been 3 years in the making. This has been highly anticipated. So the keys for victory here: Jon Jones, obviously the best light heavyweight of all time, is facing a very fluid, very quick, very agile, he moves like a middleweight with his footwork, Ciryl Gane, and has great Muay Thai, great stand-up, and has decent jiu-jitsu, decent grappling. He's had a couple submissions. But the big X factor in this is, how is Jones going to look? Is Jones going to be able to use his wrestling? Because his last couple fights, yes, they were wins, they've been very not as impressive as when he was younger, like the Thiago Santos being a split and Dominic Reyes being a majority of people thinking he did not win that. But even then, he did not look good in those fights at all. He did not look good. So his motivation was low, and he's had 3 years to prepare. He's been saying he's in the best shape. He took the time to prepare properly and bulk up. So we'll need to see if he's able to use his wrestling and take Gane down. Then I would say he has a great chance of winning this thing by submission, or just grinding him out to get a decision. However, if Gane is able to stuff the takedowns and just dance around him, I would give Gane an edge. I would say he picks him apart. Unless there's no sketchy judging, I would say Gane will pick him apart on the feet, because Jones is, yes, he's one of the best, but he was slowing down, and there's no way Jones is going to be able to build up all this muscle, all this extra weight on him, like at least 40 pounds or 20 kilograms at least of extra weight now. There's no way he's going to be able to move around like he did before. Plus, it's been 3 years. How is Jones going to look? How is he going to have the conditioning to go all 5 rounds against this? And I know that the whole thing is that, Francis was able to take him down. Nobody was thinking Francis was going to wrestle. And this was last year. Ciryl was not as seasoned as he is now. And yes, he's not over the top going to be defending every single takedown. But Ciryl knows that, MMA Factory knows that Jones's plan is most likely going to take him down. Jones is not going to take any risk going and stand up with him. So I'm torn. I don't know what is going to happen. I just need to see the first round, and then I can see. But for an early prediction, or a fight week prediction, I feel like Jones is going to pull this out. I genuinely believe Jon Jones is going to win this fight. I believe that he obviously has the wrestling, has the resume, but the big factor is that, how is he going to look? Is he going to be gassed after the first couple rounds? That's the big question. How is he going to move? Because I don't know. I'm very intrigued by this. This one do not know if I don't know how this fight's going to go. So I would pick Jon Jones as a 4th round submission. That is my prediction. I would say it stays pretty even, and then end of round near the end of round 3, Jones starts to get his grappling in, and then by round 4, he takes Gane down and submits him. That's my guess. If it goes all 5 rounds, I'm going Ciryl Gane all the way. If it goes all 5 rounds, if it goes to decision, I would say Ciryl Gane wins. But if it's a finish, I would pick Jon Jones in a round 4 or round 3 submission. That's my guess. Or that's my humble prediction. Even as somebody at Jon Jones, I respect his career 100%. I respect his career. I believe he's the greatest. Has the greatest resume, right? May not be pound for pound number 1 in my book of all time, but he is one of the greatest, top 2 greatest of all time. So yeah, these are my picks for UFC 285. I know they're very conservative picks and they're going by the favorites. But I'll never count any of these people out.